if you can sing. Ask Juan if we can sing in that mic. Because that'd be better. Ask Vince. Okay. Can you sing in?
Can I sing in this mic? Okay. Okay.
Okay. You can do it.
Mm-hmm. Hello? Yeah. Okay.
Did he give us a signal to start? What? How do you know when to start?
Okay. Okay, go ahead. I guess we'll start.
In the bleak midwinter, from the wind made moan,
Earth stood hard as iron, water like a stone.
snow had fallen,
Snow on snow, snow on snow on snow.
in the bleak midwinter.
Long, long ago. What can I give him, poor as I am?
If I were a shepherd, I would bring a lamb.
If I were a wise man, I would do my part.
Yet what can I give him?
Give my heart. Snow had fallen, snow on snow, snow on snow on snow. In the bleak midwinter, not so long ago.
Tech intermission. Give me 1 second. Good morning. That was beautiful. Thank you so much, Vince and Katie. It is so good to be here with you all this morning. If it's your first time visiting either online or in person, welcome. We are an open and affirming Just Peace congregation of the UCC, and we're so glad you're here. We're going to start with announcements this morning. I'm going to start with two. One, just a reminder, we do not have a service tomorrow morning, just one service, next Sunday morning. We don't do church on Monday. Christmas Eve, there's just going to be one service at 4 p.m. We're also going to have a Blue Christmas service online only Friday at 7:30. So if this season is feeling particularly weary or grief is with you, we invite you to be in that space of rest. We also are gonna, for those who want to be in conversation around our speaker last week, we're just gonna meet briefly here in the sanctuary for an informal conversation and you're welcome to join. Any other announcements?
Very briefly, just want to say once again, thank you to everyone who has been volunteering for the setup and the breakdown of our church, as well as those persons who have volunteered to preside in the past month or so. We continue to welcome persons who wish to give of their gifts in the in-person, in-spirit form, and that includes whether you wish to present, whether you wish to preside, whether you wish to perform, whether you just wish to give of your time in other ways that we cannot list in this moment. I encourage you to reach out to us in the coming hours, in the coming days, and as we approach Christmas Eve and the New Year. And as I speak about the coming year, we are also going to be looking for individuals who might be interested in serving on the board of our church in 2024. That might also include persons who may wish to be members of our committees next year. And I'm thinking off the top of my head, special projects and the green team. Again, please reach out to us.
Thank everyone for giving so generously to the socks and snacks drive. We put together 50 plus, I think almost 60 bags with, I think there's 2 pairs of socks in each one, and plus snacks and juice. And so we decided that if you'd like to take a few bags with you to hand out to people in your neighborhood or people in this neighborhood who may need things like that, please help yourself after church. The bags are in the back. The brown bags are designated in general for men's size socks, and the white bags in general for women's size socks. Thank you.
Any other announcements? All right, so this morning is the 3rd Sunday of Advent, where we celebrate joy. And so in that spirit, we are having our first ever pop-up pageant. I noticed some of you have some animal ears and some wings. If you want to join in, we invite you to grab a prop from outside and just be in the spirit in whatever way feels good to you. Raise your hand if you're an angel. Do we have a flock of angels out there? I feel like we need some angels, so if anyone's feeling led to be an angel, okay? All right, Graciela, do we have any animals out there? We have some animals, awesome. And we want to give a big thanks to Vince, who is our narrator, and to Juan and Donna, who are our supporting roles, and some other folks who have popped in to join today. So friends, if you don't think that you are feeling the Christmas spirit this year, if you are feeling weary, if you're feeling afraid, if you're unsure where God is, if you're feeling longing, or maybe you're feeling hopeful and excited and joyful, maybe all of the above at different times, or none of the above, or somewhere in between, I just want to assure you, all of those things are part of the Christmas spirit and our ancient Christmas story. So wherever you are sitting with, whatever you are sitting with this morning, whoever you are and wherever you are on life's journey, you are welcome here. So we're really excited for this pageant, but before we do that, I'm hoping that a young person can ring our bell, or multiple young people. Anyone feeling led? Maybe Javi, I saw Javier here. I know he likes to ring. Javi, do you want to ring the bell? Okay. Does a wise person want to ring the bell for us this morning? Millie, do you want to come ring the bell? Maybe with your mom? How does that feel? Or with Javier? Maybe Millie and Javier? Come on up. Millie, you want to come up too? Let's ring that bell. So friends, let us center in this time together. And this morning we light our Advent candles of hope, of peace, and joy. We light the candle of hope for those people in our lives and the places in the world, maybe ourselves, that need hope. And so we lift our prayers aloud to God. And I invite you to lift aloud the places or people who might need some hope right now. Those who are grieving. We light the candle of peace for all the people and places in our lives and our world that need peace. We lift our prayers aloud to God for Gaza. And we light the candle of joy for all who need it. We lift our prayers aloud to God. For those who are struggling with depression this season. May God's hope, peace, and joy find them now. Amen.
Good morning. We are invited to feast at the table of God's shalom, to seek the well-being and the wholeness of all creation. Peace for our bodies, peace for our souls, peace in our relationships, peace in our world. May the peace of Christ be with you all. Also with you. Let us rise and share the sign of peace with one another.
So friends, we are going to move to our call to offering. I don't actually have a program. Yes, we are going to move to our invitation to the offering, wine.
I love the improvisational nature of our service today. A bit of an announcement, first of all. In addition to our weekly collection, we will also be taking up a special offering for our special Christmas. Yep. This Sunday, we're taking our special Christmas fund offering as part of the UCC's larger mission. It is an opportunity to express gratitude to the pastors and church workers who have graced our lives over the years. In addition to helping with financial needs in retirement, gifts to the Christmas Fund assure our retired pastors and church workers that they are not forgotten. If you'll give me one moment. For those who are interested, we do have some envelopes in the back of our church. You are also able to make an offering online. There is a notes section on the PayPal side if you wish to do so. And while we're on the subject of collections, it's my monthly reminder that we have multiple ways of donating to our church. Number one is there is a QR code that is available on our programs, which are on site. There is our PayPal site available on the Mount Hollywood web page. If you're in person, of course, cash is always welcome, as well as checks.
What an appropriate hymn. Oh, little town of Bethlehem. It's perfect because that's where our story begins. That little town of Bethlehem, it's a beautiful town. It's got moms and grandpas and babies and kids and aunties all living there. It's a town that still has moms and grandpas and babies and kids and aunties today. Bethlehem is a very special place. And that means we're going to need some help today in our story. And that means you, all of you. All of you. You. You're all going to help us. The entire congregation is going to people and populate the town of Bethlehem, all right? So every time you hear Donna or Juan say the words, "It's so bright," you respond by saying, "Bright like a diamond." Okay, let's try it. They say the words, "It's so bright," and you say,
"Bright like a diamond."
Only you say it with a little more enthusiasm. Let's try it again. They say the words, "It's so bright," and you say,
"Bright like a diamond."
That's right. All right. Thank you so much. Excellent, excellent. So, we begin our story one evening in Bethlehem where two villagers were coming home from work. They were sore and tired from working in the fields all day long, but they stopped in the middle of the street and looked up at the sky.
You know, I'm getting kind of annoyed with this whole star thing. I mean, where did it come from anyway?
I know what you mean, and I can't get away from it. It keeps me awake at night because it's so bright.
Bright like a diamond. What's up with a star that just appears out of nowhere?
Perhaps it's a sign, an omen of some kind. Perhaps something very, very good or very, very bad is going to happen. Because you know, it's so bright.
Bright like a diamond. Yeah, I'm not really into the whole omen thing. You know, I'm more science-based.
Sure. But the evidence suggests that a star is likely to bring many things to our little village. People will come here to gaze upon it, to learn about it. Because you can't ignore the fact that it's so bright.
Bright like a diamond.
Yes. Indeed it is. The story is still unfolding, and Amy will now enlighten us on that. You have this one?
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
This is Mary's Song, or Breath of Heaven, by Amy Grant. I have traveled many moonless nights, cold and weary, with a babe inside, and I wonder what I've done. Holy Father, you have come and chosen me now to carry your son. I am waiting in a silent prayer, cold and weary, frightened of the load I bear, in a world as cold as stone. Must I walk this path alone? Be with me now of heaven. Do you wonder as you watch my face if a wiser one should have had my place? But I offer all I am for the mercy of your plan. Help me be strong. Help me be. Help me. Breath of heaven, hold me together, be forever near me. Breath of heaven, breath of heaven, light in my darkness, pour over me your holiness, for you are holy. Breath of heaven, hold me together, be forever near me. Breath of heaven, breath of heaven, light in my darkness, pour over me your holiness, for you are holy. Breath of heaven, breath of heaven, breath of heaven.
As you recall, the folks in Bethlehem were perusing the sky. But while that was happening, there were two people who had just arrived in town, Joseph and Mary. They had to go to Bethlehem because of a nasty new tax law, even though Mary was very, very close to having her baby. Now, they had to travel almost 100 miles with the help of a very friendly donkey. While in Bethlehem, they found that all the inns and the hotels were full or they cost too much, and Airbnb was still 2,010 years away from being invented. So finally, one innkeeper told them they could stay in the stable with all the animals. And in that stable, there was a cow, and there was a duck, and believe it or not, there was actually a unicorn. We have a special guest star, Katie Hickman, as the unicorn. Thank you, Katie. Let's give her a hand. It's a rare thing to see Katie and a unicorn at the same time. Now, I'm sure there were other animals in the stable, don't you think? So I'm going to ask you out there to help people and populate the stable. So if there's anyone out there who can play an animal, come on up now. I see a rabbit there, Carmen, right there. I don't know, what are you, a reindeer? Perfect. Any other animals? I'm sure. Oh, there's a donkey right there. Oh, what do we have here? Oh, a giraffe. Ooh, this is going to be a challenge, boy. Any other animals? Cute little bunnies, rabbits, okay. Yeah, so we have all the animals. This is a stable that is populated. It's like a little zoo here, okay? So now we need to know the sounds that these animals make, okay? So everybody, what sound would the cows make? Everybody, what sound would they make? All right. What sound are the ducks going to make? Quack, quack. What does a unicorn make?
Right on.
Right on. Okay, that's what the unicorn makes. Now, What other way else? What sound does a bunny make? Boing, boing, boing. Boing, 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 bunnies, boing, boing. What sound does a donkey make? All right, we got the donkeys here. All right. So, for this scene, our star player, Donna, is going to be a cow, Juan's going to be a duck, and they're going to be joined by our special guest star, Katie, as a unicorn. Now, Mary and Joseph cannot understand animal language, okay? So every time I say, but all Mary and Joseph heard was you, and everyone up here is gonna make an animal noise. So let's practice now. This is gonna be the sound that, although we hear the language, this is what Joseph and Mary heard, animal noises. So whenever I say, but all Mary and Joseph heard was, we join in with animal noises, go ahead. All Mary and Joseph heard was, okay. Audience, yeah, moo. Pick your favorite animal noise, boing, boing. All right, go. Try it one more time, all together, and we need you too, audience. Okay, so all Mary and Joseph heard was? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so a cow, a duck, and a unicorn were hanging out in the stable late one night when all of a sudden the door opens and a man and a pregnant woman and their donkey come inside and they start making themselves at home at the stable.
Moo! Moo! Who let them in here? They don't belong in a stable.
Quack, quack. Yes, they should be in the inn with the other human types.
Right on. I mean, what were they thinking?
But all Mary and Joseph heard was?
You'd think they'd just stay home at a time like this.
Yes, or plan ahead a little. So they had a place waiting for them.
And maybe saved up some money ahead of time, too.
That's what they said, but all Mary and Joseph heard was?
It's just bad planning on their part.
Yes, it is a typical human type mistake.
I wish they'd just go back to where they belong.
But all Mary and Joseph heard was? Finally, the tired old donkey lifted his head. He looked at the cow, the duck, and the unicorn, and he said, yeah, why don't you try it? You try riding 90 miles on the back of an old swayback donkey like me when you're so pregnant you can't even see your feet. You try being an expectant dad, worried about the woman you love and the child she carries. You try being me, watching every step I take so I don't jostle this woman who's just trying to get here safely. You try it. And the cow and the duck and the unicorn suddenly felt very bad.
I'm sorry. I'll offer them some milk.
I too am sorry. I'll lay them an egg.
I'm so sorry. I'll take them wherever they want to go.
But all Mary and Joseph heard was? Oh, that was beautiful. Thank you, animals. Let's hear it for our animals, you guys. You did a great job. And now please join us as we sing the first Noel. For the next scene, we're going to need folks to play a very important role. In fact, we need everyone. The whole congregation will play the baby Jesus. Now, the first sound most babies make is, in real life, it's really a loud cry. But we're talking about the olden times, and in this olden time, we have a baby here who didn't make that noise. This baby looks around and sees his mom and his dad for the first time. And then he looks over their heads and he sees a cow with big brown eyes. And he sees a unicorn, and a beautiful mane is on that unicorn. Then he sees a donkey with tall ears. Sitting between the donkey's ears, he sees a duck. So the first sound this baby makes, this little Jesus baby doesn't cry. They make a baby laugh, okay? So can we, every time you hear the innkeeper say, "What was that noise?" you're all going to laugh as the baby Jesus laughs. So let's practice. The innkeeper says, "What was that noise?" Exactly. That's great. The innkeeper says, "What was that noise?" Ah, beautiful. Okay. To play the innkeeper, we have a very special guest star. Who did we get to play the innkeeper? Chris Carlson. Come on up and let's give him a hand here. There we are. This is Chris Carlson. So come on up. Here's what's going to happen. The innkeeper, who told Mary and Joseph that they'd have to stay and sleep in the barn, he's tossing and turning in his bed, okay? You need a mic over there, Chris.
I don't know what it is, but I just can't sleep tonight. For one thing, those animals are making a heck of a lot of noise. But just when I finally got to sleep, I thought I heard something. Now, what was that noise? There it is again.
So the innkeeper woke up their partner, who could sleep through just about anything. Earthquakes, loud trains, barking dogs, those helicopters that come, God knows why. You name it. And so the innkeeper asked,
Did you hear something? I'm sure I heard something. What was that noise?
but the innkeeper's partner just rolled over and went back to sleep. So the innkeeper went outside to see what they could find. But the streets were empty and silent. Well, still, that innkeeper knew there was something out there, and they wondered aloud.
What was that noise? There it is again. It sounds like it's coming from the stables. I'll go check it out.
So the innkeeper went across the courtyard and through the stable door, and there were Joseph and Mary, who'd been kicked out of the inn that afternoon. And the same innkeeper said to them,
I'm sorry I made you sleep in the stable, and I'm sorry that I'm barging in on you like this, but I just have to know, what was that noise? Oh my gosh, it's your baby.
And the innkeeper realized that it was the newborn baby who'd been laughing all along. And suddenly the innkeeper was full of love for that vulnerable little child, and full of hope, too. And the innkeeper said to Joseph and Mary,
I'm going to go and tell everyone that you have the most wonderful baby with the most wonderful laugh there ever was.
And the innkeeper ran out into the streets of Bethlehem to tell everyone the good news.
Run to the manger, run, run, run to the manger, run, run, run to the manger. There's a baby born in Bethlehem. Oh, won't you run, run, run to the manger, run, run, run to the manger, run, run, run to the manger. There's a baby born in Bethlehem. See you, little baby come and see the baby. Run to the manger, come and see the baby. Run to the manger, come and see the baby. Run to the manger, come and see the baby. Run to the manger, come and see the baby. Run to the manger, come and see the baby. Run to the manger, come and see the baby. Run to the manger, come and see the baby. Baby born in Bethlehem. There's a baby born in Bethlehem. There's a baby born in Bethlehem.
Thank you, Joe and choir, for letting us know what the good news sounds like. So now we're out in the fields. Now we've got the part where the shepherds come into play. And they're in for a big surprise because there's a whole host of angels. And the angels are coming their way. So, of course, we need a few people here, volunteer angels. And anyone here, you're all angels, you could be an angel. So come on up here. Who wants to come up and be an angel? Just join us here. If you have wings, that's great. If you don't, we see them anyway. We know you're going to get your wings sooner or later. Every time a bell rings, we heard the bell earlier, okay? So everyone's ready now? Sometimes angels talk to us, but we don't even know it. And they're around us all the time, you know. And if we're lucky, we might hear something like an angel sound like, ah. All right? So that's the sound that you're going to make. Everyone here is going to be an angel. All the angels here and all the angels out there. When you hear the cue, somebody says, and then the angel said, you're going to sing, ah. Let's practice now. Somebody will say something like, the shepherds didn't know what to do, and so they said to the angels, what should we do? And the angels said, beautiful. Couldn't be better. So for this scene, we have a special guest star. Who's our special guest star for this one? Oh, Eric? All right. Eric's going to be our special guest star. All right. So come on up here, Eric. Here's the deal.
Sorry.
These are the three shepherds who are watching their sheep. All right. You see the three shepherds there? All right. They're watching their sheep. Two of them are fast asleep, but one of them is staring up at that bright star up in the sky. Then the shepherd who's awake starts to notice that there's some new stars shining right next to the bright star. And there's lots of new stars. And then the stars start getting bigger and bigger and bigger and coming closer and closer. And the shepherd realizes they aren't stars at all. Those are angels flying toward them, getting closer and closer. The shepherd wakes up, the other two shepherds, and he points up at the sky. And all three of them fall to their knees as they look up at the whole host of angels hovering in the air. And the angels said,
What'd they say?
I don't know. I couldn't understand a word.
They said we have to go to Bethlehem.
Wait, you speak angel?
Why didn't you tell us?
It's just something I picked up on the way.
and the angel said to them,
What'd they say this time?
Yeah, come on. What's the deal?
Well, loosely translated, something like, do not be afraid, for see, I am bringing you good news of great joy for all the people. To you is born this day in the city of David a Savior who is the Messiah, the Lord. This will be a sign for you. You will find a child wrapped in bands of cloth and lying in a manger.
They said all that.
Well, wait, there's more.
and then the angel said,
Well, now what?
They said, "Glory to God in the highest heaven, and on earth peace, goodwill among people." Come on, let's go to Bethlehem and see what it's all about.
And so they went with haste, and they found Mary and Joseph and the child lying in the manger. And the angels smiled down upon them, and the angels said, Good job. Now let's rise in mind, body, or spirit and join a hymn, Angels We Have Heard on High. Number 125. Now, let's get all the angels and the animals. Does everybody remember their cue? Because we're going to do everything this last act. The whole congregation is ready, okay? Everyone came together on the streets of Bethlehem, gathering in a big crowd in front of the stable. All right? That's you guys. Do we actually want to get up on our feet and try this here? Let's try it. Anyone who's in this thing, who's an angel or an animal, stand up here. Let's gather in front here, okay? So everyone on their feet here, because we're going to have some lines here pretty soon. All right, so come on up just come up, gather around. Now, does everyone remember the cues we had? Because we're going to do them all, okay? So everyone came together on the streets of Bethlehem, gathering in a big crowd in front of the stable. Some of the townspeople looked up at the star, and they said, "It's so bright." And the animals inside the stable were talking a mile a minute about the new baby and the beautiful laugh, but all Joseph and Mary heard was, and the shepherds were there too, with a host of angels hovering over them. And the angels said, and the newborn baby looked up at all the people and all these animals and all these angels all gathered together on that cold, cold night. And the baby made a quiet sound. And the innkeeper leaned forward, even though the innkeeper knew the answer, and whispered with a heart full of love, "What was that noise?" Amen. Let us join our hearts in song for our closing number. And you can all join in. It's a closing hymn. God bless.
Friends, let's give Vince a huge round of applause as our narrator. Donna and Juan as our supporting folks. Donna and Juan. Everyone a hand. And all of our guest stars, Katie, Eric, and Chris. And then everyone, all of our animals. You guys were excellent. All of our angels. Fabulous, and all of our musicians. So well done, dear friends. As we leave this place today, let us go forth holding the star of possibility, carrying the joy of all creation, the awe of the angels, and the hope of a small babe, Emmanuel, God with us. Go now in peace, friends.
So we sang this song. When we first sang it, a while back, we were in our COVID bubbles, and we were wanting to all be together. And so we're going to sing it again. It's 3 years later, and even though some of us have moved on to other realms, they're in our hearts, and so we are all here together today. Everyone is back together, and we're happy about that. So we're going to want to sing this again, kind of to commemorate that. Now, the thing is, Christmas songs can be a little bit idealistic. And so while Vince sings this song, I'm going to offer a few pro tips, some gentle, maybe clues of how to actually make this song work for you. Let some stuff go.
From now on, our troubles will be out of sight.
Well, not all our troubles, we know that, but some of them will be.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
Do your best.
Make the Yuletide gay.
Always good advice.
Now on all our troubles will be miles away.
Well, some of them will be here.
Once again, as in olden days, happy golden days of yore.
Yore means a long time ago.
Faithful friends who are dear to us, like they'll be near to us once more.
All of you, we're here. We did it. It's good.
Through the years, we all will be together.
like now
if
in
the
our hearts.
fates allow.
Thank you, fates.
So hang a shining star upon the highest bough.
And make it be bright, bright, bright like a Frankie diamond.
So have yourself a merry